Hey, what's going on? Good morning. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show Podcast. And the live stream is brought to you by A&E Heating and Cooling. My goodness, thank you so much to them for being part of the show. 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. Call upon them for anything and all that you might need, like an after-hour service call. You need the furnace serviced. You need a new install, retrofit, new construction, whatever it may be, A&E Heating and Cooling. The promo we're talking about is the Remi Halo, REMI-Halo Induct Air Purifier. Hooks up to your air conditioning and heating systems, and it kills all of the little junk that floats around in the air in your home. Especially important during the cold months. When you're locked in here in your COVID canister, it might be a good idea to look into something like this. Kills bacteria, viruses, pollen, dust, gets rid of the dander, mold spores, and something that I still don't know what these are, VOCs. Isn't that the name of a classic rock band, the abbreviation for them? VO's, Vu Oyster Cult. Terrible joke. My God, what a jackass. Thank you to A&E Heating and Cooling for being on board with the show. When they install furnaces and air conditioners, they utilize the Comfort Maker brand of air conditioners and furnaces. All right. In addition, thank you to my friends over at Blue Frost IT. Alan and I had we got together for Facebook Live yesterday for Tech Tuesday number 4. And thanks for the people who watched it and asked questions of Alan. He is a great sponsor of the show. And we talked about, I've talked many times about signing up a small or medium-sized business for a service contract so that he can be the managed IT service provider. But, another part of his business is the ability to build a computer for you, any type of repairs that you need, any type of service like installing a solid-state hard drive, all in his wheelhouse. Reach out, info at Blue Frost IT for more information as to how the folks at Blue Frost IT can help you, okay? And maybe you're not the decision maker in the workplace when it comes to IT servicing or installing a whole brand new setup, builds as they're called. But sometimes the boss might be looking for something like that. Please remember show sponsor Blue Frost IT. He is another terrific startup that is part of this show, and it's very important that the audience supports the sponsors. If that doesn't happen, it is a rather quick, thorough process of the sponsors then say, sorry, the show doesn't help us, and then they say goodbye to me, and then that's one more thing to add to the hodgepodge of stress and anxiety and fear that, oh my God, my show's going to die on the vine. So support the sponsors. I appreciate it. Blue Frost IT, just one of the many here on the Eric Zane Show Podcast in this beautiful, beautiful studio. Sponsored by Baldwin Ace Hardware, the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. Baldwin Ace Hardware sponsoring Diana's appearances on the show. Excuse me, not to mention, what the hell was that? Another episode of the Hockey Heaven podcast will be happening before you know it, as hockey season is getting closer and closer. Okay, that's it. That's the particulars to get started on the show. More particulars later, to be sure. It is Wednesday, January 13th. 2021. Oh God, let me do that all again. Just sounded like I'm drunk. It is Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. The Eric Zane Show Podcast begins now. Wait a minute. Hold on. I haven't gotten this right all week. Begins now. See, look on my face. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Embarrassing. What are you going to
do? Yes, hello. Sean Gotti with you once again from Raleigh, North Carolina. And you know what? There's a million other things I'd rather be doing right now. But here I am, listening to the Eric Zane Show Podcast. So without further ado, here he is, the one, the only, thank God, Eric Zane.
Well, thank you, Sean. Welcome in. The Eric Zane Show Podcast. This is the daily show where I talk news, nonsense, and my personal adventures, and always full of them. My gosh. As always, let's go over the ground rules, how you can get this done. You can watch the show, you can watch it live, and hear what I'm saying all on various live streams, facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. All right. Share. That would be fun. That helps your old pal Eric, so share that thing on Facebook. We got a Periscope video on my Twitter. My gosh. Brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Retweet it. Retweet that shit. Come on, get after it. And then, of course, the almighty YouTube, Eric Zane Show on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. And then, of course, hit the bell notification. Little thumbs up action, and you're in good shape. If you got any emails, thoughts, concerns on the show, the Shoreliners Striping inbox, eric@ericzaneshow.com. That is important because Dear Meathead happens today, and I have a few questions. But if you got anything else that you want to add to it, last minute thoughts, questions for Dad, in about 53 minutes. Well, then send them along that way. Eric@ericzaneshow.com. At some point, it won't be every day, but if you ever give me any type of thoughts on the show or questions or whatever it may be, you're providing insight. You can be featured on the Forever Lawn West Michigan email of the day. Thank you to Forever Lawn West Michigan for sponsoring that. Okay, do I have it all locked away? I pretty much have that all at the top of my head, so I think I'm good. I guess we can proceed. So welcome in. I'm very, very glad that you're here. I see a little bit of chatter about the fact that I started on time today, and yeah, that's a rare thing. I was wrestling with it because it was like 1 minute before 8 a.m. And I'm like, oh, God, I've only had one cup of coffee. That's rare. I always have two. Always. But today, no. I was wrapped up in this show, and then time got away from me. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? This is going to be weird. How am I going to pull this off on only one cup? Isn't that crazy? That's all it takes to make us go, oh, wait a second here. My whole life is topsy-turvy. What the hell is happening? But there's plenty to talk about today. My gosh, what a day. Oh, first off, as I indicated, Dear Meathead. Okay, so I talked about this on the Patreon. There's Joanne's been kind of having a little bit of a struggle, trying to get some personal things taken care of. She's okay, but there has been an elevated level of concern health-wise for Joanne. I'm just going to leave it right there. So she's fine, but you can tell by my tone that it's like something's weird, but we're not quite sure what. And let's be honest here. When parents get a little older, parents or step-parents, whatever it may be, I mean, Joanne's like a mother to me. Come on, closest thing I have to a mother right now currently living because of the passing of my sweet mother on October 16th. So, boy, we had a little bit of a scare this week. She's, I think I might as well just talk about it. I talked about it on the Patreon. What the hell? Holy shit. I get this. It's the telephone game. It's a combination of health issue and then telephone game. The poor lady had a blood pressure issue. And so she had started some new medicine, I guess. Let me just pick it up and where I got it. It was Sunday, and then the phone rings while I was on the phone with someone else. And it's Charity Scam Mike, my stepsister's husband. I let it go to voicemail because I'm on the phone. And then he sends a text. You need to call right now. 10 exclamation points. I'm like, oh, shit. Get off the phone. Call. What's up? And he goes, oh, my gosh. It's terrible, man. It's bad. What's up? Joanne is in an ambulance. Crash cart on the way to the hospital. Doesn't look good. Blood pressure through the roof. She might stroke out or have a heart attack any second. Oh, my God, it's terrible. You got to come home. And so that's it. And I go, all right, hang up. So I hang up. I grab a bag. I'm throwing random shit in it. I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh, my God, this is terrible. What is going on here? And that's all he said. So I call my brother. I go, dude, shit's hitting the fan. I'm an absolute mess. This is Sunday evening. I go down and I go, all right, get a sub for school. This is happening again. Okay, we gotta focus, get over there, and we gotta say our goodbyes. It's done. Because the way Mike described it, that it was. And so my brother Jim goes, hang on a minute. So then we call up Charity Scam Mike's, and I was 3 people on the phone, Eric, Mike, Jim. Okay, what's going on? And Mike explains it again, and he says, and he goes, yeah. I'm like, well, you wanted me to come home because we're going to say goodbye, right? No. Well, wait, what? Huh? Yeah. We need somebody to take care of your dad. My wife, your stepsister, is there right now. She's going to be with him tonight. I go, all right, so it isn't to go say goodbye. Correct. All right. Could have said that. And you don't really need me tonight. You don't need anyone tonight to help take care of dad. And if you don't know, my dad has dementia. Needs a little bit of special care. And he goes, oh, no. I go, well, that changes everything. Not dying. You don't need me tonight. 1 minute ago, it was death is imminent. Get here immediately. So, all right, yeah, well, I think I panicked. Well, yeah, I guess you fucking did, you big fat dummy. All right, great. So, but God bless him. I love him dearly. So then I'm like, holy shit. Okay, so then I hang up with Mike, and I'm talking to my brother Jim. And we're like, okay, dude, what we got to figure this out. What do we do? And he goes, okay, well, I'll go right away because he lives closer, and then we're basically formulating a plan. This is what you do. And then all of a sudden, I get a text from Charity Scam Mike. It says, stop, everything's changed, everything's fine. She's not even in an ambulance. She's at home. She's going to bed. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Is this some kind of sick joke to see if there's like mobilization, to see how quick we are to respond? Is this a new social media gag online to scare the shit out of your family members and then see if they react to what you're saying or something like that? I'm like, what are you talking about? So I call him up, and he goes, apparently I was getting some bad info. Bad info? You're getting the complete wrong info. What are you talking about? And he's like, the paramedics did go there. They got there. And then they, after a little bit of time, talking to her about the medicine she took, they took her blood pressure, and it's perfect. There's nothing wrong. It went down. So she's going to bed now. I'm like, how are you people getting this so wrong? I think we need to work on the overall reactions to these things. I think there needs to be one central person, not you, who is the team leader to give us info. I mean, you reach out to me with the all hands on deck approach, and who the fuck's responsible for this one? I demand a I demand a Senate hearing to determine who's at fault on this one. My God. Whew. So she's fine. Now, and the thing is, I called my dad yesterday to say, hey, Dad, because first of all, I think there's a little bit of I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if the message gets through to the right people or what. But in Michigan, they're talking about how if you're 65 and over, you can right now get the COVID vaccine. So I want to make sure. I mean, Dad's 87. I want to make sure Dad gets it. So I call because he had been saying to me, he goes, "Yeah, we're not going to get it till June." I go, I don't know if that's right, but okay. So now they're making a big deal about it here in Michigan that 65 and over, you can get it right now. So I called him up to, hey, Dad, I think you can get the shot now. Oh, I heard, yeah, but you got to go to the health department. And I'm like, okay, so go. No biggie. We can do that. And I go, well, what did you think you were going to go to? Toys R Us? I mean, Jesus, that sounds about right to me. So, and then I go, how is Joanne? Now, here's the thing. 24-hour cycles with my dad, they tend to all run together. And this happened on Sunday. Apparently, upon further review, the paramedics came on Saturday and Sunday. All right. But when I talked to my dad yesterday, he goes, oh, boy, yes, the 911, we had to call 911. Paramedics were here yesterday, too. And I'm like, so I'm thinking to myself, 3 days in a row, or is he having a dad time warp moment? And he was, because I hear Joanne say, that wasn't yesterday, Rob. That was Sunday. I'm fine. She's one of these grumpadumps, doesn't like anybody making a fuss over her. And I think that kind of comes with age. Oh, I'm fine. Hey, all I did was lost my arm in a terrible chainsaw accident, but I'm fine. Don't even fuss about it. These tough old bastards. That will not be me. Just want to warn my children ahead of time. I am not going to be. I'm fine. It's going to be get your ass here and take care of me. Somebody wipe my butthole, get me to the hospital, whatever it may be. I need some people to take care of me. She's not like that. She's like, oh, Rob, shut up. I'm fine. It wasn't yesterday. That was Sunday. Oh, my God. Yeah, heart beating through my chest. I'm like, what is going on here? All I want to do is sit here and finish mudding the ceiling in this bathroom. You guys are getting me all agitated and worked up. Holy cow. So all is well. We will get Dad on the phone. We'll hear Joanne's beautiful voice laughing in the background. Questions, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. We're one day closer to the Great Sock Giveaway. It's happening on Friday. Patriot Nick is giving you a chance to get in free on my Patreon. A gold medal Olympian is wanted by the FBI for his role at the Capitol riot. Oh, my God. This guy, what a fucking dummy. I don't want to go down the road ever of, well, no, I will say that anybody who stormed the Capitol is a fucking moron. I won't go so far as to say that people who support Trump are fucking morons, because I'm trying to be respectful and I fucking do a podcast for a living. And the goal of the fucking thing is to entertain you and not make you feel like an asshole. That's not me. But if you're the fucking guy who stormed the Capitol, you definitely have asshole characteristics. You also have stupid characteristics if you don't cover your face. You also have even more stupid characteristics if you're a famous person. You have even more stupid characteristics if you're a fucking giant. This guy, holy shit. I'll tell you who it is and how he got ratted out. And also, the biggest name in Hollywood and the world's only real actual superhero was seen at the riot. Or so some thought. No spoilers, please, on the live stream. I'll go back and check your work. We've got another guest host who's been revealed for Jeopardy. No spoilers again on the live stream, please. I will check your work. Hint, though, it's a current NFL quarterback. That's right. And I think they're doing the whole Jeopardy guest host thing. Well, I think they're doing a fine job, but I think they need to. I think they need to liven it up a little bit. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. A group in Los Angeles spreads legs, buttholes, and COVID. My God. I will explain. One member of the Eric Zane Show podcast household is on pins and needles today. I'll have that. I'm watching the Tiger Woods documentary. Thank you, Amanda, for reminding me. Oh, my God. I'll give you my thoughts on it. Let me just tell you, though, they started it out. Fuck. If you're Tiger Woods, you know, you've lived a life. You've lived a very involved life with all sorts of shit hitting the fan and good things and bad things. And, well, I'm an hour into the first hour and a half of it. And part 2 is coming up this weekend on HBO. And I don't think this is like one that he's in. I think that's just interviewed a lot of people. It's a lot of old footage and interviews. And that's pretty much all I need on any documentary. I need the story being told by the people close to the subject and who is being talked about. I need some old footage. I need some thoughts from people close to him. And that's all I need on a documentary. And you've got all of that and then some. It starts with Earl Woods, who seems to be, in my opinion, one of the biggest asshole parents on the planet. Him and Tiger's mom. Just fucking crazy helicopter maniac parents who made a fucking golf robot. Holy shit. My God. Yeah, it all points back to mom and dad. It always does. Son of a bitch. I forgot my train of thought. What was I going to say? Oh, Amanda pointed out it starts with Earl Woods saying that he actually believed, his words, Earl Woods saying, I believe my son can change the world, like actually bring peace to the planet, like Gandhi. He believed that Tiger's efforts through golf could bring peace to the planet, and he was dead set serious. He actually had kind of like this complex that his son was the second coming of Christ, according to the people close to the Woods family, about how Earl Woods acted. I mean, fucking crazy shit. And then you cut to the shot of Tiger being led into a holding cell handcuffed. That was from the moment, I think, when he got pulled over under the influence from some type of prescription medication. Just gruesome. My God. And so I definitely want to talk a little more about that. Yesterday was show 500, and it just went right on by, and I didn't even acknowledge it. And I feel like such an asshole. And I don't want to be the type of self-serving prick who says, look at me. Well, I take it back. I actually have been a self-serving prick from time to time. And because, frankly, I actually am very proud of what we've been able to pull off. But the reason why I'm bringing it up more so is to thank you and tell you how appreciative I am for you to be paying attention and giving me your time. 500 podcasts. Again, I do a lot of podcasts, 5 a week. That's a lot. But that's what I set out to do, and that's what I plan to do. And it has been zero deviation now for more than 2 years. Nothing different has happened. The plan was get in here, podcast your ass off, talk about what you want to talk about, good and bad and ugly, get better at it, improve, try not to be shitty, sell the hell out of it, support your family with it, and then that's it. Nothing more than that. Very, very simple. Podcast like crazy, sell it, and do it again every single day. And to have 500 shows in the manner that we have as quickly as we have done it, I could not have done it had you not been supportive of it, had I just had no one paying attention to the show, or found it interesting or been supportive and supported my sponsors, then I would have lost interest and faded away into something different. And honestly, I don't take this for granted. That could one day happen. I hope not, because I like this and I enjoy it. And it's a lot of work, but I still enjoy it very much. But I take nothing for granted. I am excited to be here every single day to be able to share like this. And, well, God willing, I will keep doing it. And I just, again, thank you for paying attention to it, for sharing it, for supporting my sponsors, for coming out to my events, for all the great things you have done in the past. You've supported me in so many incredible ways. People send me things. I look around this room. Dirk sent me this because I needed something to hold my phone. Kenny sent me this because my hand hurt. My God, how incredible is that? Patriot Nick sent me that piece of equipment right here. I have backup equipment in case something goes wrong, because you guys, all I do is make one comment and then somebody sends me a piece of equipment in the mail. I talked about the asshole of the day, and frickin' Tim makes me the dry erase board with the asshole of the day. I look around this room, and this room was made by the Zaniac Wrecking Crew, who I'm very close with all of them, save frickin' Tom from Gun Lake, who we had a massive falling out. By the way, I did reach out to him trying to repair that, and he told me to go fuck myself, for the record. That actually did happen. So, all right, well, you win some, you lose some. You do the best you can. But yeah, that's I'm still looking around the room looking for, supportive things. My God, I got my when my mother passed away, my star from the International Star Registry. I got my wind chimes from all you people who you great listeners and supporters and friends who, when my mother passed away, John's painting is on the wall. Kenny's aria. Tommy Brand gave me a flag. Pellerito took my Lady Gaga quote that I'm in love with and put that into a frameable thing. Hey man, I don't lose sight of that shit. That's that you guys are as important to me as anything in my life, and I'm eternally grateful for that. So God willing, we'll have 500 more, and today is 501. Thanks for being here. Okay, part of the reason why you're here is because of what I talked to you about. And I think that this is going to be a real high moment, what I'm about to tell you right now, because you're going to laugh and you're going to be like, oh, my God, I cannot believe that happened. And I don't even know where to begin with this one. And this is in the category of personal adventures, but I wouldn't describe this as an adventure. It's just absolutely screwed up. Not exactly the longest story in the world, but let me just tell the tale for you the way I've been trained to do. Jackie called me earlier in the day. My daughter, my 23-year-old daughter. I'm not even going to look at the comments during this story because I know that sick fuck Dean is going to make it terrible. I say that with love. Loves to make me uncomfortable. Son of a bitch. So I call her back on FaceTime. It picks up. All I see is ceiling. Okay? Her phone is laying flat on a surface, looking straight up. I see a ceiling. I also see a shower curtain. Clue 1, that dark clouds are on the horizon. I hear her voice. It's echoey. She's in her bathroom. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Dad. I'm in the bathtub. Clue 2. Big clouds are rolling in. It's a shelf system with lightning flashing in the clouds. Okay, what's up? Our electric bill is $90. Why is it so high? I don't know. How's the home heated? I don't know. We just, the apartments pay for that. I go, yeah, I'm not sure. Do you leave your TV on all the time? I mean, mine's high. Kevin watches 14 hours of TV a day. So, I mean, for God's sake, our energy bill is through the roof. By the way, thank God that No Filter Kevin took it upon himself to buy today's TVs are much more energy efficient than the old. We had like a 20-year-old TV in there, the kind that you walk by it. It's like the first flat screen ever made, and weighs 900 pounds, and you walk by it, and you could fucking cook a turkey. It's so hot. Thank God we got rid of that thing. I go, I don't know, Jackie. Maybe it's. I would suggest contacting the landlord, or I don't know what you're going to do. I don't have an answer for you. Okay. Then she stood up, and the ceiling and the shower curtain was replaced by Jacqueline's naked body. Absolutely naked. Like, yes, you could see her boobs, for God's sake. And I'm like, what is happening here? And she goes, oh, oops, Dad, can you see my boobs? And then I go, yes, what is wrong with you? What is going on here? And she immediately puts a towel on, but she has no shame. She's not embarrassed or anything. It's just screwed up. And I'm like, I thought to myself, oh, I don't want to, at about the first indicator when the child is growing, that she's starting to become a young lady. That, thinking about age 1 month is when I don't want to see my daughter nude anymore. Okay. And here she is, 23. I'll ask audience members the question. I'm sure I don't think anybody can top this. Maybe in the comments, what is the oldest age any of you parents have witnessed your child nude at? It could be a boy or a girl. If you're a mom or a dad. Now, if you're a dad and you see your son nude, no big deal. Okay. Well, no, it is. For me, it is. But maybe like in the locker room setting when you guys are getting changed, you head out into the gym, you might see that, something like that. It's still nutty. I don't want any part of it. But it's worse if it's dad and daughter, in my opinion. Okay. So rough. And then if you're a mom, the oldest age that you saw your kid schlong, maybe you walked in on him or something like that. God forbid if he was in a state of arousal. There's all sorts of weird shit here. And I don't even know where to begin. It was just terrible. I go, Jackie, I gotta go. It's just I need. This moment is now 1 minute old from being in my brain. I need about 15 or 20 years. I'm not going to talk to you again until you're like in your 40s. I gotta go. I gotta go wash my brain. That's it. I wonder if I should bring her in. I'm reluctant to. This is going to make it even worse. Shit. I'm a glutton for punishment. She's probably asleep. There's no way she's up right now. She hasn't gotten her big girl job yet. So there's probably a pretty good chance that she's still in bed.
Hi, you've reached Jackie.
Oh, thank God. Well, I tried. I did it for you. Okay? Oh, email me on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. You could be the email of the day with Forever Lawn, West Michigan, if you get through and you tell me the age at which you saw your child nude. Oh, God, I had to do it, didn't I? Dean, that you maniac, writes, tell me more, Eric, you sick fuck. Jesus, stop it. Terry writes, wow, hot. Come on, guys. Craig says, yeah, send Dean the screenshots. First of all, asshole, I didn't take screenshots, okay? Son of a bitch. You guys are assholes. Terry says 3 daughters never passed diapers. You're lucky. Sarah Rook says 17, her son, just last week. Oh, no, you poor thing. I'm so sorry you saw Harry Sunschlong. That is rough. Melinda says 21, she saw her daughter nude. No biggie. But I accidentally flashed my 13-year-old recently. 13-year-old boy or girl? Daughter? Yeah. Diana, I mean, it's a little weird. We'll be like, she'll be getting ready for work in the morning, and she'll be butt naked, and Madison will be in the room. But that doesn't seem to be an issue at all. Diana has no problem doing that. Maybe that's where Jackie gets us. I have no idea. Let's see. Jason says, last night, our monster has no shame either. I need ages, guys. I need ages and genders. Help me out. Come on, throw me a bone here. Tyler says, I thought the story was going elsewhere. I thought he was going to hear Justin chime in on the phone call as well. Oh, fuck you. Oh, my God. Alexis says 5, age 5. That just doesn't even count. Oh, my God. You guys are the worst. Dirk says, good thing she was just nude and not wearing a slave Princess Leia outfit. You know, my God. Melinda says, yeah, she flashed her son. Alexis agrees that they are, in fact, all sick Fs. Whew. So that's what happened to me. Yep. I guarantee you she's going to wake up and be like, oh, boy, I know why Dad's calling me. What an unbelievable, awkward festival that was. Oh, man. All right, that is the open of the Eric Zane Show podcast. If you want to further that last little bit, send an email along, eric@ericzaneshow.com with your story. I can keep you anonymous. All right? You could win an award and be the Forever Lawn West Michigan email of the day. I want to remind you that the show is on Patreon. The Ben and Eric Patreon podcast happens Fridays, typically. It's going to happen this Friday. Part of that show, which we do on Zoom, so you can watch it or listen to it. We play Bet on Ben, and we bring contestants in. Like, all right, it's your turn to play, and you'll be on the Zoom with us. And if you don't know the Bet on Ben game, Ben and I actually came up with this thing. It may have been done in the past on the radio, but I hadn't heard. That isn't where we got it. We actually thought of it on our own. I asked Ben a trivia question. The contestant then bets on whether Ben is going to get it right or wrong. If the contestant says Ben's going to get it right, then Ben gives his answer. If it's right, the contestant wins $1. We're on a budget. Then the contestant has a chance to double or nothing. Try to double it. If the contestant is successful again, $2, and then $4, and then $8. The highest we got was $8. Nobody has said, I'm done. We've only had 3 contestants. Well, I played it last week for the first time, but it's fun. It's a great time. So that's part of the Patreon subscription. And if you sign up for a full year, you're going to save 10%. And you can do that at any time. So my suggestion is try Patreon for 1 month, $5 or $10 a month. $10 gets you all the video, all the live streams, and all the audio. $5 is just the audio. Try it. If it sucks, cancel it. If you like it, then buy a year and save 10%. So if you were going to go, I'm going to go the year on tier 1, which is $10 a month, $120. That's going to cost you $108 for the whole year, and then you're done with it. So that's my recommendation for you of how you should proceed. Also, if you've been an existing member for a long time and doing month to month, and you know you're going to keep it, convert it to the full year, and then you'll save 10%. So you can do that too. Plenty of options. Hey, if you want to get in shape and you're in West Michigan, go to F45 Training in Byron Center. Byron Center, Michigan is where they're at. F45training.com/Byron Center. That's the letter F, the number 4, the number 5. F45training.com/Byron Center. BYRON Center. Of course. and sign up for a free week of training. They are open. They are working out. Oh, we can't work out as a group, man. The governor's keeping us down. They adapted. You have workout space that you stay in the taped area. That is called a loophole. State comes in and goes, well, our work is done here. You have made this legal, if you will. Have at it. Go for it. So get to the training, and you should absolutely do that. Everybody should work out every single day, 1 day off. You should work out 6 days a week. You should do something 6 days a week. I don't care if it's walk around the block. You should do something 6 days a week. And as you up your game, or if you really want to get after it, go to F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. Thank you. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team, they get people into mortgages, NMLS number 3035. Now with 2 offices, one in Muskegon and one in Grand Rapids, but servicing clients anywhere in the United States. And since you are a very, very dedicated bunch and love to support my sponsors, and you're in need of a mortgage, look, all I'm asking you to do is include Mario in your list of prospective mortgage getter candidates. 231-332-6505 and ask him what he can do for you. Hell, if you want, reach out to me and I'll introduce you to him myself. Okay? Eric at ericzaneshow.com. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage with a special emphasis, special care for the first-time person who is looking for their first mortgage, okay? Or maybe not their first mortgage, but they just have compromised credit. That does happen, okay? I mean, everybody's been through that at some point. Well, not everybody, but people who have. You don't like that. You're uncomfortable with it. You actually feel kind of bad. You might be a little embarrassed by that. Hey, Mario's been through it himself, and he really, really encourages people who have that scenario in place. He can help you. 231-332-6505. Okay, the Woods documentary. I'm an hour in. Thank you, Amanda, for reminding me of this. Holy shit. I am right there with you. There is really something to be said about people who, on these documentaries, just tell the tale. There just seems to be such a level of truth to it. And I often wonder what they go through when they're ever even in the presence of the person that is the subject of the documentary. One of Tiger's caddies, I think the guy's Australian or from New Zealand or something like that. I think his name is Steve Williams. Not the dude known as Fluff. Yeah, he's from New Zealand. He was Tiger's caddy, Steve Williams. And he talks at length about Tiger. And so does Tiger's first girlfriend. Okay. And I guess my question is, does Tiger Woods, when he sees this thing, this video, this documentary, is he on the, hey, motherfucker, what the fuck are you doing talking about? You know, I mean, Jesus. But I think the thing about Woods that stands out to me is even today, though he doesn't play at a level that he used to, and also considering that there's an army of amazing young golfers who are better than him today. Today, if there's a golf event, they always show you the leaders, and then they show you how Tiger's doing, no matter how he's doing. It's always the leaders and Woods, even to this day, because of the level that he played at and the domination that was on display from Tiger Woods from when he was a little boy to up until the catastrophe with his ex-wife. When he stopped doing hookers, it kind of like went south. He has won again, of course. He's won majors, but never at a level like it was, because it was just ridiculous. Tiger Woods put an entire industry and took an entire industry and elevated it. There were golf courses built all around the country because of Tiger Woods. And I know this because my brother does this for a living. And if you were to look at it, there was a huge boom in the industry in golf courses. I mean, it always was a majorly popular sport, but it went to another level when Woods had success. And then you can follow it. There's a complete trajectory that matches up with the rise of Woods, the rise in the industry, the fall of Woods, and then golf courses went under, man. It's remarkable. And so this documentary, and if you have HBO, it's the only place you can see it. That's the only bummer. But so I don't want to spoil it for you, but it my God, I guess I am going to kind of spoil it for you. So, but it doesn't matter. This is all stuff because the history's happened in real life. Stuff we already were aware of. And one of the things that stood out to me the most was how Earl Woods, and I forget how you say his Tiger's mom's name, how these maniacs made this guy into a absolute robot. And they talked about how, because Tiger had been swinging a club since he was like 3 months old. And then they showed him on some old school talk show, Mike Douglas or something like that, when he was 2, hitting a golf ball like a champion at age 2. Kid can't even hardly talk. And Earl Woods was really already leaning on the kid. Okay. And then they talked to Tiger's kindergarten teacher. And the kindergarten teacher, she goes, Earl Woods was a son of a bitch. He was an asshole. We always hated it for parent-teacher conferences. Everybody sees Earl Woods coming. We're like, oh, fuck. Here he comes. And any person who's a parent or a teacher will tell you at those parent-teacher conferences, oh, fuck, it's that guy. Shit. I'm not one of those. Thank God. But there's always some dick at the parent-teacher conferences. Oh, by the way, that's another thing you can email about and be the email of the day with Forever Law in West Michigan is if you're a teacher, you can be anonymous. No names, please. Your run-ins with asshole parents at the parent-teacher conferences. Earl Woods was that guy. So Tiger at age 5 said to his teacher, I want to play some other sports. All I play is golf. And he's like a slave. Okay. He's a prisoner. And, so at the parent teacher conference, the kindergarten teacher says, oh yeah, so Tiger's doing great in coloring and, he knows his ABCs and, okay, yeah, he's very sweet. He's congenial and polite, and he's not into hookers yet. And okay, yeah, I think there's a very, very bright future for young Tiger. And oh, by the way, he said he was Mr. Woods that he'd like to play some baseball or some soccer with the other kids. I just figured I'd pass that along. He was a little he didn't want to tell you. Woods' face. He walls it off. Tiger has to concentrate on golf. Oh my God, you asshole. So this is the whole the hour that I'm into, it keeps going back to Earl Woods and his sick mom are just molding this guy and just, sticking their claws into him, and it's horrible. Oh my God. This to me is like a North Korea brainwashing. He has this first girlfriend. Okay. And she doesn't know anything about golf. And Woods was in this class with her and he's a brain, I don't know, it's calculus or chemistry. And Woods is just crushing it at the top of the class. And she's like number 2. So they got this little competition going and a little give and take. And then, oh boy, they start to like each other. And so, and it was charming to hear that at that level. And then this young lady at the time, she presented like home videos of Woods with her, and they're doing like lip sync contests, kid shit, having fun, dancing. I'm like, oh wow, it's a side of Tiger Woods you'd never see. And then she said that one time he invited her to an amateur golf tournament. She has no idea at this point, but he is dominant on the amateur golf scene in Los Angeles. And I don't even know where his home was. I'm assuming it was because the event was called the Los Angeles Open. And he crushes everybody, beats the shit out of everyone. He's young. He's probably like 16 years old. And she's like, what the fuck, man? He's like a different dude. And he's signing autographs, and all the golf faithful locally are just, they can't believe he's like the Messiah. And this is before he's even won the amateur championship or anything like that, or gone on to greatness as a pro. She's like, oh my God, I had no idea. So she's then realizing how big he is. Okay. Woods wins. He ends up going to college, and at one point he comes back from college and he returns a day early, but tells mom and dad that he's going to be home like on Saturday, but he gets there Friday and goes and hangs out with the girlfriend. Well, the Woods family finds out about that, Mr. and Mrs. Woods, and they go crazy because they didn't like her because she was taking his. They looked at her as a distraction. And so Woods called a family friend up who is like closer to Earl Woods' age, the dad. And he comes over while this family brawl is going on, and they're MFing him and GDing him, and she's bad for you, and all this shit that you hear about in a classic, Shakespearean love story, and it just really, really screwed up shit. And then the next day, Woods delivers a note to the girlfriend. And they've been a girlfriend and boyfriend for 3 years. Been great. And she reveals on the documentary, reads the letter. And the mom and dad made Woods write a letter saying, I never want to see you again. You are bad for me, for golf, and just fucked up shit. I mean, oh my God. So awful. And she looked at it as like a death. I mean, who wouldn't, I mean, the love-struck kid, been with him for first boyfriend, been with him for 3 years, and then that's how it ends. That is terrible. It's a good thing Mr. and Mrs. Woods are dead, because right now they would be public enemy number one as abusive parents, in my opinion. Oh, my God. It was just horrible. The upbringing that this poor son of a bitch had to endure. And so that's how it paints Woods' parents. And the way they describe this, they have Woods going into this robotic trance, and how his focus and how Earl Woods would groom him to be the best golfer in the world. And he did a great job. Earl Woods was in Vietnam, and he was like a demolition expert. He'd go behind enemy lines and blow up the bad guys' HQ and shit like that. So he had that type of mentality, and he like transferred that all to Tiger. Oh my God, it's incredible. But so Woods goes on. I ended it with him dominating. And then now we're getting to the point where that'll probably in episode 2, because I don't have that much time left in the first episode, where we get to the moment of truth. Hang on. When the big hooker thing was revealed, I'll never forget where I was when that happened. I remember where I was and how it all unfolded. I was on the air. It was doing mornings on Free Beer and Hot Wings, and news alerts, notifications on phones or whatever, saying Tiger Woods is involved. And first it was involved in a car accident. That was the first story. And then it was the Thanksgiving Day thing, wasn't it? If I remember correctly. And then a couple days after, word started to trickle out about the adulteress Elin Nordegren flipped out. And then, there's all scuttle about this. And it wasn't anything concrete. And we weren't even taking it to the air. And then the voicemail was released. It was the voicemail of Woods calling one of the whores. I think it was Rachel Ucatel or whoever it was, saying, hey, got to do me a favor. Can you take your name off your phone? My wife has my phone and she might be calling you. Name off your phone. My wife has my phone and she may be calling you. Name off your phone. Oh, my God. And I was like, hey, guys, we got to play this. And Greg, ultra conservative, goes, I don't know if that's him. I go, yeah, fuck the hell, you don't know it's him. Listen to it. That's it. That's Tiger fucking Woods. Like, we got to put this on right now. We got to stop whatever the fuck we're doing and put this voicemail on the air right now. And it took a little convincing, but he agreed. And then off we go. And then the every hour a new whore would be revealed. Like all of these whores, he'd go everywhere around the world and just there's whores everywhere. There was dozens of women. It was incredible. Oh my God. And then the whole fall from grace, it was an incredible fall from grace because if you think about it, Woods was leading up to that. There wasn't a blemish on this guy's record. There were some people critical about how he handled speaking out about race, but and in the documentary, one of the Gumble brothers, Brian or Greg, I don't know which one. Well, I think it was Brian. He goes, Tiger should have said that he was black because Tiger, he described himself as, I forget how he said it. Cablinasian. That's what it was. On the Oprah Winfrey show. Because he's only 1/4 black. I think it's Wood's dad had, Earl Woods had a one parent white, one parent black. And Woods' mom had one parent Indian and one parent Asian. So that meant Woods was 1/4 Caucasian, 1/4 black, 1/4 Indian, 1/4 Asian, called himself Cablinasian. Well, everybody had a field day with that. And like, oh, my God, he's a person of color. He should say he's black. And I was like, I don't know that he should. I think he can say whatever the fuck he wants. So I didn't understand that criticism. But holy crap. And then so, yeah, all of the... there's just a lot to it. It's really, really good. If you're into documentaries and you want to see the rise and fall of Tiger Woods, it's got a lot of great golf footage from these amazing shots. I mean, there's no question. I'll never forget turning it on and making bets with people when I worked at Z93. I'll take Woods, you take the rest of the field. And people wouldn't take the bet, because he was a threat to win big every single time. And I actually got into it for a long period of time just because of him. And then, after the affair, the downfall of Woods, and then the back injury and all the other shit. Oh my God, incredible! And still to this day, cannot wait to see the rest of that. All right, we got Dear Meathead coming up in just a second. You got any last minute questions for Dad? Eric at ericzaneshow.com on the Shortliner Striping inbox. We'll do that in just a second. I do want to mention that the Great Sock Giveaway, this is a chance for us to get together outside, even though this is a pandemic, and help a lot of people. This is something we did before. My pal Mike Hamp has thousands of pairs of socks. We won't give away them all, but there's a lot of people in need in downtown Grand Rapids who would freaking love a new pair of Bombas socks. So all we do is we meet at Rosa Parks Circle on this Friday, the 15th of January, 4 p.m. If you have a backpack, please bring it because we're going to stuff you full of socks. And then we're going to walk as a group. Maybe we'll break up in a couple of groups depending on how many we have. We chit-chat, we talk, we walk, we interact with the underprivileged people in this community who have very, very little. For some of them, this will be the only human interaction that they have for the day. And then we will give them the frickin' socks. And then that's it. Then we move on. There's a lot of hard hit areas in and around this community. So I'm doing it this weekend. Thank you to Mike for urging me to do it, Mike Hamp. And we'll keep doing it too. We'll have another one right around the corner. If you want in, I put the sign-up sheet on the show notes of this audio podcast, and I also have it pinned to the top of my Facebook, and all that is gives me a head count, really. So just go on the thing, put your name on the form, and then you're good. We got I don't know the exact amount right now. I think near a dozen, but honestly, the more the merrier. Please bring a mask, and please be cognizant of social distance. And that's it. That's all we'll do it. We'll get that done. By the way, I'm doing this old school with jamming the microphone up to the phone. But thank you to Zaniac Matt, who also is a podcaster, who I guess I could have done this myself, but I just didn't have the knowledge to even know what the hell to do. He sent me a nice video about how I can take this phone and hook up a couple of cords to it, which I did buy, Matt. And I don't need to jam the microphone up to the cell phone. So that is cool. But I don't have it done. That involves me actually having to sit down and do it. And you know about me with time. There is none. I would like to say that Dear Meathead is brought to you, as it has been for quite some time, by my friends at JM Synthetics. And when I say friends, I mean Jason and his family. JM Synthetics is where you can buy AMSOIL products. Okay, that is a high-end lubricant company. Motor oil, any type of lubricant for any type of motor, they have it. Gear lubricants, whatever it may be, get the full list of their products at jmsynthetics.com. If you really want to help Jason, you can call him on the number on that website and then order over the phone. That helps him out even more, or order it online, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Or he even has it on location at a place called Ionia Outdoors in Ionia, Michigan, found at 1540 Jefferson Road, Suite B, in the hustle and bustle of Ionia, Michigan. There you go. Thank you, Jason. Any last-minute questions, send them along, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Otherwise, let's do this Dear Meathead right now. Hey, guy, where you been? Johnny on the spot.
Good morning.
Hey, Dad, how are you?
I'm well. How about yourself, son?
Never better. Joanne doing okay? She hanging in there?
She's hanging in there.
And she's sitting there right there ready to enjoy this amazing segment, I'm guessing, huh?
Yeah, right. She is.
Let's hope so. She's like a lot of people's favorite part of it. You realize that, don't you?
She's all of my part of it.
You know, we're a lot alike. We've got wives that, I mean, we would be lost without them. Do you agree with?
Absolutely correct.
Oh, my gosh. And are you like me? Whenever you lose your temper, you get real guilt-ridden and you feel terrible. Like, oh my God, why did I say that? I'm so sorry. I do that all the time.
I do that after I settle myself down.
Oh,
You're right.
God. Yeah, it's like, what am I doing? How could I be so stupid? You and I are like identical, Dad. Really.
But I really try. I try from one segment to another segment not to do that anymore, you know.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I lose it. You know.
Man.
If I lose it, I don't know.
I get it, man. Well, Dad, I talked with the audience about the potential about getting this vaccine sooner than we thought, right? Is that on the horizon for you? What are you thinking?
Oh, it's on the horizon for next minute. If they call me, I'll go in.
So this idea of having to go to like the health department, is that
I'll go, definitely. Joanna's working on that right now.
Okay.
But we signed up with our doctor, but the doctor don't even have the stuff. So
yeah.
And then she's on the phone for God knows how much, and then no one even answers her.
Yeah, they came and said they're out of it already.
Oh, they finally connected to them. They said they're out of it already.
So Joanne does have an update.
Yeah. Oh, she's very sharp on that. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, I knew that she would.
She's got a direct phone number to them.
Okay, well, as it rolls in, I guess it's all like first come, first serve. You know how it is.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'll go in line.
Yeah. Well, it's good to know that at least they're calling your number. You know.
This is true. And as well as we have quarantined ourselves, so we're not out there, we're not in an exposure with other people and all that. I occasionally forget. My neighbor comes up nose to nose. Shit, that's pardon my English. I don't want him to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You gotta, and then if you keep backing up, they like follow you.
Yeah, it don't work.
Yeah, it's like, get out of my face, man.
But now I see he came up to the house. he had a mask on.
Okay.
It is the first time I ever seen him with a mask on his face.
Well, he's learning, that's good.
No, so
You called 911.
We had to call 911 twice for Joanne.
Yeah, I know it. Is Joanne feeling a little better these days? Everything's good?
Yeah, she's under medication. She went to the doctor yesterday, and this is getting a little ridiculous.
I want Eric to call me when the show's done because I want to ask you something.
Okay.
Joanne wants you to call him after your show is done.
Her. Joanne.
Into a he.
Yeah, Joanne's a lady.
She wants to speak with you.
Yes, I will do that, Dad, and I will as soon as I
Please
get
do
that.
that.
Okay. So, Dad, let me ask you this: you and Joanne, it's been a week since that craziness in Washington D.C. Dad, what are your thoughts on what happened at the Capitol, Dad?
Well, first of all, I did not believe that Trump did that, but apparently he has done that. But I'm trying to fathom in my own little brain did he really egg this on? And apparently he told him, let's go ahead with it,
Well, I look.
That's what the news said. That's all I got to go by.
Well, all we know is something happened. Something urged these people on, and though he didn't directly say, "I want you to go," he did not say, "Go in, break in, and overthrow the government." It was it had a tone, and he actually and I'll make sure because nobody's talking about this. At that rally, he did say that he wanted people to be peaceful. He did actually say that, but that was surrounded by a lot of this. I guess I'll say it's saber rattling and loudness, and we got to fight for this country. And Rudy Giuliani said death trial by combat, and it was the tone, I think, that has made Trump have this possibility of being impeached or whatever. I think that's what did it. But I will say this: you know as well as I do that somebody made those people go into the Capitol, and that points back to Trump as of right now.
Well, Eric, those guys came ready to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, something is strange in here. And that Pelosi broad really ticks me off.
Is that right?
Taking people on.
You don't like her at all.
I have no love for her. She's a troublemaker right from the word get-go.
Okay.
Oh, my God. This is my opinion, okay?
Of course. You're entitled to that. Everybody has one.
But I do not like that a woman gets out there, a man or a woman, either way, and eggs people on.
Okay. What do you mean by egging her on?
Well, he's rebel-rousing. He's just leading them on.
You're saying that Pelosi is leading someone on?
She antagonizes people to become what they are.
Is that right? Okay. All right. Well,
this is my feeling.
I understand that. I'm not gonna argue with you. I try to stay out of people's way when they have a point to make. So you made yours.
No, she really is. She's like after blood.
Okay.
That's not an intelligent thing to do at a moment like this.
Okay, so Dad, there's been talk about as of right now, it might be happening. They're gonna try to impeach this guy.
Yes, I hear that. I think they're going to make it too.
And I think the House is going to actually that's a foregone conclusion that in the House of the House of Representatives that is going to be the case, and then it would be up to the Senate. And if that happens, if they say it, well, then that's it. And then so what are your thoughts on all of that, Dad?
My thoughts are this. Now, they're stupid to think of this because of this. This guy is never going to run out again for a House as a presidency. He could probably run out for one more term. right?
He probably won't.
And he won't. So why are they wasting the taxpayers' money to do all this crap? He's done. He's never going to run out because he'll never get elected again.
Well, I think maybe they might be a little bit. I think that's the concern. I think part of the concern is that I don't know how old he'd be, that he would try to do it. And I think that I'm speaking totally out of school here. This is just my guess. For me personally, I think that any type of at this as raw as it is right now, the one thing that concerns me is big picture. How does this really help America? All of this.
Absolutely, that's beautifully put.
Yeah. I mean.
Listen, like according to Joanne, it's costing him a lot of money, costing us a lot of money to do what? In
7 days, his presidency ends officially with the inauguration of the next guy.
Right.
For me, I'm more of a let this settle down and let's worry about the pandemic. Frankly, that's just my opinion.
That Pelosi.
That's everybody's opinion.
Yeah, and Pelosi is after blood.
I don't think that. See, they tried to use that thing called the 25th Amendment as punishment when that's not what it's made for. It's made for if a president is incapacitated or ill and can't, maybe, for whatever reason. I think that they're trying to weaponize that. And I don't know. And I credit Mike Pence for standing firm and saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I think that's would set a horrible precedent. So, but as for this impeachment, I'm a little concerned about all of this effort and time when, frankly, we have 4,000 or 5,000 Americans dying every single day in the pandemic. I think that should be the focus.
Well, the whole thing is, in my opinion, at this point, this guy from a day one that he volunteered to be elected as a president ran into opposition from day one. Nobody wanted him as far as the congressional people or House or Pelosi or whatever. Yeah. Nobody wanted him.
His opposition.
But he beat him. You remember when he was like 200,000 votes behind? The next morning he woke up victorious and he became elected. You remember that, his election?
I don't remember the specifics of it. I have to take your word for it. I don't know how it broke out, but I all I remember is he won the damn thing.
He was behind the 8 ball, and all of a sudden we all woke up and he was elected.
Well, he won the electoral votes, but I think Clinton actually had more of the popular vote, which was a big.
Well, whichever, but he became elected as the president of this country.
He did.
So he dodged the bullet. And he's done a damn good job so far.
There you go.
Look at what happened to the economy. My God.
He just had sucky red.
And then, Joanne said a lot of what? Red dicks?
Rhetoric.
Oh, rhetoric.
No, she didn't say red dicks, Dad. She said rhetoric.
Oh, redness. Rhetoric.
He had lousy rhetoric.
All right. Well, look. At the end of the day,
a lot of good in this country.
At the end of the day, it's kind of just come screeching to a halt. It's unfortunate. I feel bad because people died in that thing, and nobody wants that. And it's just.
Sure. And then look at the one thing: he stopped the Chinese incoming stuff to get rid of our productivity and selling our product here and so forth. He brought things back to America. Don't these things count?
I don't know. I'd have to dig into that a little to see I'm not even particular what you're sure what exactly you're talking about. But I know that there's a lot of people who love Trump and have a long laundry list of things that they liked about him. I guess it's all a matter of how people will look at him, how he will be remembered. Years from now, will he be remembered as what you described, good things that you liked about what he did, or will he be remembered as...
I like to look at the economy of this country flourished 100-fold. My God. We were dying on a vine until he started stopping China from taking over our businesses.
All right, Dad. I have exhausted my knowledge on that topic, but I appreciate your opinion. There's definitely no question.
Thank you.
I have Melinda here who has a question for you, Dad, and I want you to settle this debate. That's what she writes. Dear Meathead, please settle a debate between me and my girlfriend. She thinks we wash clothes in either hot or warm water. I think it should be tap cold to save on electricity. How can you settle this? What setting do you wash your clothes on? Maybe Joanne will help you out here.
According to Joanne, which is a washer of this family here.
Yeah, how come? How come people don't do it on cold? Does it not clean the clothes well?
I don't think it would.
I don't think it would myself.
If there's any grease in there, you need a little warm water.
Yeah, you got to put some heat on that, Melinda.
There you go. You got to have something as a degreaser.
Okay.
And body produces grease.
All right. All right.
And my underclothing, my God, if it doesn't get washed in warm, at least warm water, I think I would even smell.
Well, yeah, the friggin' poop stains.
Sure.
All right,
I
Dad.
don't know how you got to come up with that, but
Yeah.
I don't think I found that in my pants.
Dad, Adam writes this. Dear Meathead.
But that's the result of our conversation on that subject.
Very good. Adam writes, Dear Meathead, greetings and Happy New Year from mid-Michigan.
Same to you, Adam.
He says, my name is Adam. I'm interested in your thoughts on Friends. I am
on what?
Friends. He writes, I am 48 years old, and I have found that at any given time in my life, I usually only have 2 or maybe 3 really close friends who aren't family. Has that been your experience? Is this normal?
Yes.
That's my experience.
Friends take a lot of time.
Well, according to my wife, friends takes a lot of time, but I just have had, actually, I never, pardon me,
Yeah.
I never seek friends. I have a neighbor across the street that I love him dearly because he's a very nice and gentle and helpful person. But he's really, I treat him like a friend.
Yeah.
The only friend I got is south of me, 1 block. We can jump the fence and go to each other's house.
Yeah, I'm with you. Because I have many, many friends. I mean, I've made very close friends with a number of members of this audience, for God's sake, who, we talk. But I would say a super close friend, I probably have 1 who's a dude. And then the rest are all like friends of Diana's on like girlfriends who I'm also very close with. But I would say if I had to get down to it, I have 1 super close friend.
Me too.
Absolutely. That's the only way you can go. Because how many ways are you going to divide yourself?
Yeah, exactly, man. You got to, I think that's very normal.
I think I definitely would be selective on that. Select 1 person that you really love dearly, that he has your back.
Yeah. I take it back.
Embellish it and then stay with him.
I take it back.
Good.
I have to say 2 because I've gotten very close with Jeffrey, who I gave the kidney to as well. So, and that.
Yeah, we're talking about putting a fence between my neighbor and my friend that lives across the lot. We got a very large lot, as you know. So that we can just go back and forth through our gate.
Right.
Then I figured, well, hell, I can drive faster.
Sure.
He can, not you.
Oh, he can. You're right.
Hey, Dad, Chris writes this. What is your favorite American dish to eat? We've had this before, but tell everybody what is your favorite American dish?
American fish?
Dish, food.
Dish, food. Well, spaghetti is the greatest thing. But rice is my favorite food because I grew up with it. But my doctor over here, my wife, restricts me from intake of that. So in abundance. I can eat. I was born and raised on rice.
I know it. Now, is the rice, do you put anything on it?
Well, now, actually, rice is really not the best thing for my condition.
Right, I know. But if you were eating it, how would you prepare it? Would you put anything on the rice?
Well, yeah, I would. But then again, we have to talk to the chef over here.
Yeah, what is it, Joanne? Butter and garlic
What do
salt?
we put on it, Joanne?
I cook it in water and a packet of Lipton onion soup mix.
Oh, my
Did you hear
God.
that?
Yes.
Onion soup?
Yes.
Lipton onion soup
Yeah.
and rice.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Chicken broth, that's also good.
I can make a meal out of that.
Right. Hey, Dad, if you're having trouble with your throat, I can cut away. And
I do, yeah, but I don't know what it is.
Okay. Well, I'm what I'll do is I'll just cut this short because I don't want you struggling. So
I'm all right.
You
I'm
sure?
really all right.
Okay. All right. And if you're cooking, Dad, what is your favorite thing to cook?
God. There's one thing with me. Food is a God-given item. Any food you put in front of me.
No, what's your favorite thing to cook yet?
Well, any food, anything that I cook is a great thing as long as it nourishes me.
You like to grill.
Yeah, but what do you like to cook? I mean, what do you like? Hey, I can't wait to get in front of the stove.
Steaks would be a good thing.
You only grill.
And I would grill a steak.
Okay. All right.
But it doesn't happen too often in this household.
Dad, I wrote down a meatheadism there for review. It is food is a God-given item.
Yes. If it's in front of me, I'll eat it. And I am fed and I'm good for the next 4 hours.
Yeah. Amen to that. Amen.
Yes.
Okay. My last question is from Sarah, who writes, Dear Meathead, Happy New Year.
What is the name?
Sarah.
Sarah. Hi, Sarah.
She writes, while putting away the Christmas decorations, I found a couple of large jugs of apple juice hidden in the basement. And I'm like, what is going on here? She writes, my 17-year-old son was experimenting to make prison wine.
Oh, my God.
And then she says, what do I need to do to explain to him about drinking is not a good thing?
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do they at home as adults drink?
I'm not sure.
If they do, they have no right to tell that child don't drink.
What? What are you talking about?
If they're drinkers, you're setting up a bad example. This is my opinion. How is it that I can drink? Now, just because he's a younger person, you're restricting him to not to drink. Well, why are you drinking?
Well, isn't it set up for adults, like over 21?
Is this person, the child, the youngster, over 21?
No, he's 17.
How old?
17.
Oh, you can't tell him not to drink. If you're a drinker, 17, headed the direction of you're going to the drinking direction.
Oh, my God.
Hey, I was a drinker.
Oh, I know.
How could I stop you from not drinking?
But you did.
But I stopped drinking.
Okay,
now
so
I can tell you that.
So
you shouldn't be drinking alcohol.
So let me see if I can encapsulate this. Quote, parents, you have no right to tell your children not to drink.
That's right. If you're a drinker, you cannot stop them. Now, at the younger person, yeah, you're trying to control it. But hey, 17 years old kid,
yeah.
He can go would you rather see him go behind your back and drink? I have the experience of that.
Dad, this is absolutely incredible advice. And I don't even know hopefully the audience won't heed any of it, but that's all good.
No, really, this is a serious matter. You cannot be sitting in front of your son and having a drink, and now he's 17 years old, heading for adulthood, which is age 18, and you're going to restrict him from not drinking.
Why can't you just say it's important that you follow the laws, and the law says you can't drink till you're 21? Why is that that's okay, isn't it?
The law is not controlling your family situation. The law is allowing you drink after age 21, which I think it sucks.
All right.
If the parents are drinkers, and then the child is, well, almost of age.
So
I'm not talking about 12, 13-year-old kids.
Okay,
I'm talking
so
about
if
adulthood.
If
and now you're trying to restrict them from drinking.
So if a guy cracks a beer and then his 17-year-old kid goes in the fridge and takes one of his beers and starts drinking it, the dad, according to you, has to just say, I can't tell you not to do that because I'm drinking.
Well, yeah, that's about the norm.
All right.
But then again, don't set it up that age. As soon as you turn age 18, you can go ahead and drink.
No, you can't. You have to be 21. Everybody knows that.
No, any age. If you're a non-drinker, if your kid is out of your house, is age 21 or 17, he can drink all he wants as long as he's out of your house.
Right.
He lives with you. This is the rule.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Dad said it. The law is not controlling your family.
No, not for drinking.
Okay. We've gotten a couple late edition questions, Dad. Dean, this sick animal, writes, Dear Meathead, my friend whose 23-year-old hot daughter keeps flashing herself naked to him. How screwed up is that? Please embellish.
Wait a minute. Wait. The daughter is flashing
her dad.
The dad?
Yeah.
That's pretty screwed up.
Yeah, it is.
How old is she?
She's 23, and the dad's like 50.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
I don't really have an answer.
Yeah.
I said, to me, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard anybody doing, and anybody else accepting it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
they need help.
Yeah, they do.
She needs help.
She needs help, and the poor dad. How awful is that? I mean, the poor guy.
What's the dad going to do? Go hide in the house so it don't get flashed by the daughter?
Yeah, I don't know. I can only imagine.
Well, that girl needs to be understanding something. I don't know what
sick.
it is.
She's a sick animal.
I'm sorry that I cannot be of any kind of help for that.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's awful.
Dad, I once again, you've done a great job. You and Joanne made a lot of people happy by being here, part of the show, and I'm glad Joanne's feeling a little better. And I'll call her a little later on today. Okay, Dad?
That'd be great, honey. And thank you so much for your call and opportunity to talk to your dear, wonderful audience.
You know, I was just sharing with them that yesterday was my 500th podcast.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah, we got 500 of them done. Today's 501. Yep. Yeah, they're awesome, Dad. Thank you.
All right. And you've been through a lot of hell yourself, my friend.
It's all right. I'm tough.
Okay.
Okay, Dad. I love you.
I love you. Say hello to your babies and your wife. And God bless you. I hope to God I'll see you in person soon.
Okay, Dad. I'll talk to you. And Joanne, I love you too.
Bye.
I love you too.
Okay. See you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye. There you go.
Bye.
There's another edition of Dear Meathead. Oh, my God. Oh, the ending there. Oh, I know that sick bastard Dean. I knew that was going to happen. I was like, why have I not seen the question yet? Oh man. I can never be accused of keeping things from you, this amazing audience. Never, ever can I be accused of not being completely honest with you and transparent about everything going on. The fact that he said they need help. Nick says, way to skip my question, fucker. Let's back up. I was confused. I did see something. Yeah, you write like a fucking moron. Listen to what Nick writes. This is going to hurt, Nick. You're in trouble. Could you settle a debate which is more exhausting? And again, he doesn't write with any punctuation. I don't know what the fuck they teach you in schools and live in fucking Maine. But here in the United States, we have punctuation. And you're an adult, so write like a fucking man. Could you settle a debate which is more, this is what he writes verbatim. Could you settle a debate which is more exhausting, being 100% authentic or putting up a false personality to appease others? Thanks in advance for any embellishments. That's a fucking horrible question. It's absolute shit on your question. Could you settle a debate, period, or question mark, which is more exhausting? Being 100% authentic or putting up a false personality to appease others. That's, even if there was punctuation, your question is shit. That is a question that I would never read to him because of how shitty it is. Oh my God. So don't give me your fucking whining bullshit of, way to skip my question. Yeah, write one like an adult, first of all, fuckface, and then write one that isn't shitty, like all the other ones were not. That's a shitty-ass question. Who gives a fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? My God. Jesus, what a terrible question. Okay, here's the question. Which is more exhausting? You want me to ask my dad with dementia this question? All I'm looking for is warm water, cold water in the fucking laundry, and stupid fuck is dropping on me. Which is more exhausting, being 100% authentic or putting up a false personality? Yeah, fuck off. That's the dumbest question I've ever heard in my life. In fact, you're banned for a week from questions. I have to wash my eyes from seeing that shit. Enjoy the beat up. There's your question. Oh my God, what a terrible question. What the fuck is wrong with you? Who would write that to my fucking dad? Leave it. Dean has it fucking down. He's talking about 23-year-old titties on adult eyes. That fucking was great. And then you ask me this fucking weirdo bullshit, what the fuck are you trying to do question? You stupid shit. Ugh. Tyler writes, what the fuck was that question? LOL. God only knows. Fucking Mainers, man. You're just fucking so into your own stupid brain. Fuck off. You represent all of Maine today with that stupid shit question. What a terrible thing. The audience disagrees. Eric, oh yeah, the 30 people on Facebook. Shut up. My God, what a shit show that was. The last thing you want to do when you send me a question on Dear Meathead is follow up with your whiny bitch fest. You didn't ask my question. No, that was terrible. I'm glad I did. First of all, I couldn't even gather it because of how stupid it was written with the fucking no punctuation. Well, I'm driving. Well, then you shouldn't be on your fucking phone. Oh, my God. Yeah, it completely distracted me. It was a terrible, terrible thing. Awful question. Try again. You're going to have to do better. Ugh. God, I hated every second of that. All right. Anyway, Dear Meathead brought to you by JM Synthetics, available at Ionia Outdoors, 1540 Jefferson Road, Suite B in Ionia, Michigan. Okay. All right. Oh, Tony. Now, Tony, I did actually forget your question, and I want to go back to that. Tony's got a great question that I think needs to be addressed. Dear Meathead, thanks for always being a light in the dark for those who listen to the show, myself included. Now, Dad's not here to answer this, but I do want to answer this. My question for you is this. What are your perspectives on forgiveness? And I think I know how Dad would answer this, Tony. This is a great question. This is unlike Nick with that stupid, oh, God, what are you doing? And I know it, and I have a feeling that you were trying to backdoor somebody with some type of weirdo a question line, but my God, you're just trying too hard. What is your perspective on forgiveness? Tony asks. I've been working to let go of a lot from my childhood. A long history of suppressed abuse does a lot to a man. However, I'm learning to forgive and love my father for who he is. How do you go about forgiving those who've hurt you to such a degree? Thanks. Wow, Tony. Yeah, I think you got it. I think you got the answer right there. And I think that what you said is you're kind of ahead of the curve, because I know how young you are to have that type of seasoned wisdom type wily veteran attitude about it is missing in the world today. I'm learning to forgive and love my father for who he is. From my perspective, give it time. Be patient with it. It's going to take a little while to completely get to that point, and don't get frustrated that it does take a while. But I think you're on the right track, frankly. All right, that is consecutive shows with beat ups. I had Patriot Nick today, and then Bleeding Heart Brian got a thorough ass kicking yesterday. And he actually reached out and said, classic beat up. I loved it. All right, I'm glad you liked it, because it sure did piss me off. Dum. We gotta glorify Arnold Schwarzenegger for his dramatic speech he gave to America. It was embarrassing. Oh my God, it was so terrible. Oh, I've had it. Okay. Cameo.com/Eric Zane if you want to hear me rant and rave about somebody, or roast people, beat them up like they deserve, like Nick. Hire me on Cameo.com/Eric Zane. Cost you just $15.99. I had it priced at $15. Cameo raised the price. If you want to hire me for anything like that, or if you want me to be nice, basically you just go to the spot Cameo.com/Eric Zane, or on the Cameo app, search Eric Zane, and hire me through that. And then you kind of like type out the directions of what you want me to say. If there's anything more that they, because they only have so many characters, then you send me an email and I can take care of it that way. And then off you go. And then I'll do that Cameo, and then you're in business. It's a lot of fun. I take great pride in my cameos. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. We got a paintball event coming up. TC Paintball, Thursday, the 21st of January. In fact, I just heard from former Grand Rapids Griffins legend Tristan Grant. He will be in attendance. If he had any friends, he might bring them. But I'll be shooting his old ass on the paintball field, and I want you to join us. We're going to be socially distant. We're going to be wearing masks. And then when you're on the field of play, well, that's the best socially distant, because you're wearing the TC paintball mask and you're trying to stay away from each other. Okay? It's going to cost you $35, and I want to see you there. You got to send me an email or respond to the Facebook invite in the events section of my Facebook page. Eric@ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliner Striping inbox if you're coming. How many are you bringing to the event? I need a head count, so don't wait on that. Send me how many ASAP. Eric@ericzaneshow.com. It's next Thursday. Paintball War 11. 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, 1 kidney with TC Paintball. Thanks to BC, which stands for Best Choice Pizza in Grand Rapids, for supplying the pizza for the pizza party. If you want to help out a great local sponsor, call upon BC Pizza, the one in Grand Rapids on Lake Michigan Drive, to order a pizza from those guys and mention me. Thanks again to TC Paintball. Kent County Health Department says call upon them if you need anything concerning the pandemic, about who's next in line for the vaccine. Online at accesskent.com/health. Kent County Health Department. Thank you. Okay, some famous people were seen at the rally. Kind of. Number 1, Chuck Norris. What? Chuck Norris is now he's historically a conservative. I don't have any problem if Chuck Norris is at the rally. I'm not one of these guys that if you're at the rally, you're an asshole. You're an asshole if you are trespassing on the Capitol and fucking everybody's shit up. Those are assholes. Going to the rally, that's no asshole. So I don't have any problem if Chuck Norris goes to the rally. And so somebody sees Chuck Norris at the rally and says, "Hey, Chuck, can I get a picture?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, sure. Come on in." And there's Chuck Norris gets a picture. And then there's another picture and another. And the first thing I thought was, I go, this guy looks old as fuck, but actually Chuck Norris, it's tricky because Chuck Norris is 80 but actually looks, in Chuck Norris's publicity photo, looks younger than the dude at the rally. Okay. A lot of hair dye there. Maybe a little plastic surgery on old Chuck. So the dude at the rally probably is 45, but looks like Chuck Norris, I guess, in a weird way. Problem, it's not Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris's rep put out a statement saying, Chuck wasn't there. This is not our guy. This is a fucking asshole who looks like Chuck Norris and goes around and takes pictures of people and says, "I'm Chuck Norris." What the fuck? A lot of people sniffed it out, though. This person said, "That's not him. I don't think so. Chuck Norris's eyes are a different color." It's like, I wouldn't have thought of that. I mean, when I saw it, I said, that looks like Chuck Norris. I thought it was him. But apparently not. A photo appearing to show the actor taking a selfie with various Trump supporters in Washington began circulating on Twitter. The manager said, "No way, not him. It's not Chuck. Wannabe lookalike. Chuck is way more handsome," wrote the rep. Chuck remains on his ranch in Texas, where he has been with his family. The martial artist has not publicly commented on the viral photo. Chuck Norris, historic for that show, Walker, Texas Ranger, which may have been one of the shittiest shows in the history of television, yet proof positive that people watching television are stupid, because that show was on for like 8 years. Even more than that. Actually 8, 1993 until 2001. My God, a terrible, terrible show. So not Chuck Norris, but another famous person who is an asshole was actually in the Capitol raising hell, has been spotted, and his gold medal Olympic teammates on the U.S. Olympic swim team are ratting his ass out. Cleat Keller is a gold medal swimmer. I think he was on one of the relays with Phelps. Now, look, this is ridiculous. If you're even if you were marching on the Capitol and you didn't have any intention of winding up inside of there, but still the mob starts to go, and all of a sudden, maybe you're at the entrance where the cops were like, "Come on in, because that happened, by the way. And I don't know what the fuck happened there, but there was like cops saying, "Hang on, guys, let us open the gate for you before you go in." You see that video? People just walking, "Thanks, cops." And then the one cop's like, "Let's get a selfie before you go in. Come on." So I guess it depends on what entrance you went in. God knows what happened. Maybe this guy was in that group. I don't know. That might have been what led a lot of people into the Capitol. I don't think that every single person that wound up raising hell inside of the Capitol, either just trespassing or actually destroying shit or being an asshole, even bigger asshole. Because in my opinion, if you're in there, you're an asshole. They might have just been like, well, let's just follow the group, But still, it was chaos and mayhem. But if you wind up in there, you have to realize that your face is exposed and the whole world is going to see you. How could you possibly be so caught up in that moment that you don't think about your well-being and getting in trouble? Are you that much of a fucking brain-dead moron that you would go in there and not protect your identity? What the fuck is wrong with you? And let alone this guy's famous, this Cleat Keller, his Olympic teammates were the ones that said, "Yeah, this is the guy." And the thing is, he's 6'6". So he's surrounded. All you see is this guy head and shoulders above everybody else and all these little shit patriots acting like cocksuckers. And here's Cleat, old Cleat, No face mask, of course, probably spreading COVID, acting like a dick face. And he's an absolute giant. And so now he's, God knows what this guy does for a living, because a lot of these former Olympians, they might have like endorsement deals, and maybe they have like a swim school or some shit. And nobody wants to be affiliated with that, especially right now. So, oh my God, this guy is screwed. 3-time Olympic swimmer, participated in 3 Olympics, earned 5 medals overall. This is a big fish. And there he is. He's a real estate agent. Oh no. So he's not like on his own. I mean, if you're on your own, it's one thing, but oh boy, it works at a real estate agency. You know that they're going to feel the heat. Cancel culture is going to strike on this guy. Oh no, that's a world you do not want to be in. That's worse than legal trouble, in my opinion. The real estate company issued a statement saying, oh boy, it's already begun. He resigned. Shit. You see, you got to be more fucking careful on this shit. The firm did not confirm Keller was at the riot. It said Hoff and Lee supports the right of free speech. Well, don't we all? And lawful protest, but we cannot condone actions that violate the rule of law. Oh, dude. Come on, man. There's a lot at stake. If you're 38 years old, you probably got a family depending on you. And here you are behaving like a jackass. Again, you're outside waving a flag. I don't give a shit. Good for you. Go for it. I support that. If you're inside acting like a cocksucker, screw you, you dummy. Swim Swam, a website about competitive swimming, first reported that Keller may have been among the crowd, basing the claim on at least a dozen people who had reviewed images and video from the raid. Swimming World Magazine published a similar report on its site based on anonymous sources. It's probably Phelps. The New York Times said Keller was in the crowd at the Capitol, according to former teammates and coaches who identified him in photos. Oh, boy. Wow. So that's that. Good luck. They're saying now that if you were inside of the Capitol, that it's a good idea to turn yourself in, because if they find you out and you are avoiding them, that can be held against you, and you can have less consequences if you turn yourself in. Makes sense. It's interesting. I had a phone call just the other day. You know what? Hold on a second. I was just reminded of something that's making me feel bad about beating up Patriot Nick. He's such an awesome listener. And he's got a thick skin, so I know he's not taking it personal when I beat the shit out of him. But whenever I see, it always comes back to haunt me after I rage out on someone. He is hosting this trivia contest on the 16th for audience members who want to be on my Patreon. God forbid if you support the show because you get beat up. Nick is hosting this trivia contest on Zoom. And if you want to play, you have to go to Zaniacs United and click on the announcements. It's right at the top. And then you just leave your name and then you're invited in if you're not already on Patreon. So he's having the fucking trivia contest. And now here I am on Wednesday, January 13th, 3 days before the event, yelling at him. Well, I don't feel that bad because you kind of started it by saying, yeah, thanks for reading my question. And then I think Nick has rhino skin. I'm pretty confident it's a pretty tall order to ever offend that guy, because he now writes, that tickled. So I'm sure he's fine. But I still feel bad because I always have a guilty conscience. Anyway, I had a phone call with a guy the other day who I deal with for business-related things. I'll just leave it at that. And so I hadn't been able to talk to him. And the phone conversation starts with, I actually knew he had taken a trip, because a few days earlier I was dealing with some business things with him. And he said, hey, I'm going to be out of pocket, but I'll be available on a phone call if you need me for a conference call. I'm traveling. You know where this is going, don't you? I go, oh, okay, great. So then a few days later, I get him back on. I go, so how was your trip? Did you have a good time? Where'd you go? Out west? He goes, no. I was on a bus ride. I go, oh, yeah? What are you taking a tour? And somebody goes, oh, yeah, it was a quick trip. I went to D.C. And this is on like Thursday or Friday. And I go, you were there. I go, were you one of the fucking troublemakers? Were you inside? Were you ripping shit up? Did you, I don't know. Did you have zip ties? Did you have an army helmet on? What the fuck? He goes, no. I was just there for the rally. I go, oh my God, what a shit show that was. Now, I deal with this guy on a professional level, and he goes, yeah, not as bad as what the media depicted. One of those. And I go, now, at this point, there was 4 dead. And I go, well, it's bad enough. There's 4 people dead. What? And I go, and I just left it. Then there was silence. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I go, well, yeah, everybody's right to assemble. Free speech. I get it. And I'm like, oh, shit. I better stop talking about it. Nick writes this. You cannot cancel someone if your employer says, fuck off. What are you talking about? Well, that's not up to me. People do that all the damn time. That's the way of the world. Stupid. How do you say it again? Stupid games, stupid prizes. There's no fucking rules there. I mean, if they end up firing him, the employer says, see ya. I'm trying to figure out what you're saying there. Are you suggesting that there can be no more cancellation on whatever his name is, Cleet? What's his face? Cleet. That's a stupid name, by the way. Cleet Keller. Oh, I beg to differ. You can absolutely. There's that goes to a even bigger level. You can always get another job. But you can also be shunned from another job. That's all part of cancellation. There's a lot of terrible things that can happen to you. Seriously, you're better off facing the music and hoping nobody finds out about you. Oh, call me, I'll explain it. No, that's a big no. That is a big no, Nick. I am not going to go down that road. If you can't put it into words, you'll have to send me an email later. You're driving. I don't want you. I want you concentrating on the road. No way. Okay. We have a new, actually, I'll get to this. I got 2 more stories left. I'll save the swingers for the Patreon. That's what I want to do. I'm going to save the swingers party for the Patreon. Okay. We have a new guest host in Jeopardy, and I think he's going to be pretty good at it. You can contribute to this show anytime you want, and I encourage that. If you see a story that you think it's something I can talk about, would you please send it my way, eric@ericzaneshow.com. I would love to get my hands on it. Thank you for that. I got to remind you that Tag Accounting is ready and here for you for tax season. TagCPA.net. Their phone number, 616-301-9516. Please call the Tax Hobbit right now. Stop listening to the podcast and book a time. 616-301-9516 to get your taxes done. Basically, Tag only advertises one time of the year, this time. And I'm calling on Zane Show podcast listeners to get your taxes done anywhere in the USA by Tag. Those are Troy's initials, Troy something Ginzer. And he's awesome. He's been doing my taxes for years. And if you're in another part of the country, you're just going to upload all your tax documents to him, and he takes care of the rest. Nothing is done in person, and it is awesome. He'll save you money because you're going to get more money back on your return, and having a professional do your taxes gives you real peace of mind. 616-301-9516. Thank you to Tag. Thank you to Irvin's. My God, that's embarrassing. Irvine's. My God, that is terrible. I feel so bad about that. I got to process that in my brain. Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. It's never been Irvin's. This is what happens when you talk for as long as I do. Melinda says, I used Tag last year and we'll do it again this year. He's good. Thank you, Melinda. You really helped me with those comments. I appreciate that. All right. Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. Last week, they changed the oil on the Civic. This week, they did a wheel alignment on the Civic. And they test drove Madison's new used car, with 234,000 miles on it. they gave it the once over and gave me the thumbs up to buy that car. That's how they operate. That means you have a place to get your car fixed if you're a listener of this podcast. In West Michigan, reach out to Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. Yes, I'm encouraging you to go the extra mile, even if you're a little further away, to get your cars repaired and serviced by them. Thank you in advance if you're planning on doing it or if you already have. 616-532-6600 for Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid, the place that the dealerships take their cars when they get in the weeds. Finally, BK Guns and Stuff. If you need your weaponry repaired, 616-902-2447 for BK Guns and Stuff. Repaired, cleaned, serviced, whatever it may be, firearms transfers, all, with BK Guns and Stuff. You guys are awesome, and they repair weaponry from no matter where you are. Reach out to them via their Facebook page or calling them about how to get that done. Okay. Ken Jennings has finished up his guest spot, I believe, on Jeopardy. No Filter Kevin did not watch any of that. He cannot stand the guy. But there appears to be a new person in the fold who is going to try it out. I said he is an NFL quarterback. That is absolutely true. It is legend Aaron freaking Rodgers, who was on the Pat McAfee show, which everybody loves. It's a great, great show. Here's Aaron Rodgers.
One of my idols growing up was Alex Trebek.
Who idolizes Alex Trebek? What? I tell you, Rodgers is cut from a different cloth. He'll be the first one to admit that. He is a very, very different dude. Holy crap.
One of my idols growing up was Alex Trebek, and being able to be
not Joe Namath, not Jim Brown, not Mike Ditka, not Bart Starr or Brett Favre, whoever. Alex Trebek.
One of my idols growing up was Alex Trebek, and being able to be on Jeopardy years ago, even though my wardrobe outfit wasn't the greatest choice.
No, it doesn't matter. Everybody's dress is very bad on that show.
What?
They're doing some guest hosting spots, and it's going to be released here pretty soon, but I have the opportunity to do one of those.
Let's go! Did you watch Ken last night?
Oh my God, you hear all those people on this show? Sounds like free beer and hot wings.
Did you watch Ken?
I didn't see Ken last night. I was watching some film and checked in on the college football championship as well for a little bit, but I'm excited about that opportunity with Jeopardy.
You're going to crush it. Ken Jennings did everything.
By the way, did he say let's go? Like Kyler? Let's go! Let's go!
That he could last night. Good show. Show must go on. Jeopardy's too good. I also am a watcher. Would never want to go on the show because I get one right maybe every 30 minutes. So not really my thing, but I can't wait to watch your episode.
Yeah. Okay. Talk about a quarterback who I cannot wait till that guy retires. I'm just sick and tired of watching him be so great. He's always awesome. I got to watch him play this weekend. Son of a bitch.
This is a softball, and this is a home run. Call it binging.
Nice boobs, Kyler.
We're getting here's a Kenny sighting.
Binging. Binging. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Good job, Kyler.
That might be my favorite clip of all time on the podcast. Of all the clips we've had, there's been a lot of good ones. That one might be my favorite.
My fucking Pellerino.
We got a lot of Stevie. Holy shit.
Hi, O'Neill.
Legendary as well. We can do bracketology about favorite clips of all times on the Eric Zane Show podcast.
February. When can I meet February? Hi, handsome boy.
I want to see on Jeopardy them go the route. I mean, if you really want to, they should have like asshole week where week one or day one would be like O.J. Simpson, people in the news, all these oddballs. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I probably won't do a great job thinking up various assholes, but you could have the Juice on there hosting Jeopardy. And weirdos like, I don't know, Octomom, remember her? somebody, this Cleet Kelly, the guy who was the fucking swimmer at the Capitol, or have one of those assholes have asshole week on Jeopardy. That might be a hit. All right. Folks, thank you very much for being part of this podcast. It's show number 501, and it's in the books. Got a Patreon bonus. Gotta hurry through it, too. I got to hustle it out because got to get Kevin to the doctors today. Thanks again for being part of this show, folks. We'll talk to you down the road. Thank you. Bye-bye.